what's up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live, the Super Cool Nerd Show. Thank you for joining us out there in the Super Cool Nerd Nation as we bring you another week of news, some special announcements, and apple juice and glass. Anyway, I am Jason the X. I don't do this thing by myself. Over here, that's Cass.
Hey there, I'm Cass. I don't do this thing by myself.
Hey, I'm Kat. I'm running a different thing called the Slightly Cool News Show. It's SCNS Live, that's what I'm going to call it. Yeah.
And over there, turning knobs, making everything look good and sound great. It's Core.
I'm going to personally destroy every single transformer on this desk because it got in my way three times trying to unmute the mics and then another time trying to turn the camera on, and I'm mad now.
I'm pretty sure those are all
Core, that's a very nice Gundam you got over there. It's a very, very nice Gundam.
It would be a shame if something happened.
What? I think that's Core's favorite Gundam over there.
Actually, no, it's not.
I thought Shining. Well, you like Shining better than Burning.
Design-wise, I like Shining a little bit better, but from this show, my favorite was
the Mexican one.
No, I just like that exists because
it's so terrible.
Tequila Gundam was Mexico's Gundam for the show.
Japanese.
He had a sombrero, used a trident, and
Cactuses.
and a poncho. Like he was.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Mexico loved it. Mexico was
then
so
So
excited.
it's like Speedy Gonzales, where we shouldn't have made it, but Mexico actually took it.
Legitimately,
we like this.
Legitimately, except for two Gundams, I think it was. Everyone's Gundam was basically a stereotype of the country.
Please tell us about
Okay,
it.
so across the board.
Across the board, and they talked to the guy that was in charge of it, and he's like, nowadays I would never make this again.
Yeah.
But he got so much positive feedback, literally from every country, they thought it was hilarious.
The American one would look like a football player with 6 shooters on his hips, though.
Yeah, no. The American one looked like an absolute mess, and he was one of my favorites. Because his Gundam looked like a football player, but the shoulder pads could come off and turn into boxing gloves.
That's very American.
It's very American. His Gundam fight took place on a football field.
Amazing.
Favorite character.
Hey,
Anyway,
welcome to the show, by the way.
Everyone, as always, is the answer.
Yeah, if you're going to do one, you have to do them all.
Gotta go hard on all of them.
Yeah, and everybody loved it.
Yeah.
The Japan's Gundams just looked like generic Gundams, so I guess maybe that counts as a stereotype.
I mean, I feel like it does, actually.
I feel like Japan, it maybe not, would react with, we didn't expect you to understand.
Yeah.
And that kind of is how you get that Gundam, and how it's right and how it's wrong.
Yeah. I'm gonna make everyone
Welcome
watch
to the Gundam
show,
by the way. Anyway, we are barreling towards All-Con next weekend. I cannot wait. I have stocked up on, supplies for All-Con, just supplies,
Protein bars.
Protein bars,
Protein
healthy
bars and
fruit and such.
Fruit
and
celery.
That. And we have
What
4
do
panels.
You mean by supply?
We have 4 panels that we're doing at All-Con. We are doing a podcasting panel, of course. We've actually been reached out by another group about joining us in their podcast on Monday, and someone else will be at All-Con.
When did you put that in the chat?
All you put in there is that we got invited to a podcast, and I said, oh, and got no response.
I guess to be fair, that's equally on us because I did see the message and I did watch some of their content, and I didn't even about it. Yeah.
There wasn't even any mention of
it. Was in the Facebook message, which I'm connected to.
Facebook? What Facebook message?
Our SCNS Live Facebook message.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I deleted Facebook.
It's okay.
Time so you left. So you, Jason, left half the team just unknown.
Somebody else saw it. Anyway,
we'll figure it out.
It's going to be a good time. We're doing it's good to be dumb at D&D. We're running a game, which also I need to know what characters you are for our special guests.
We will talk about
and what level that we're going to be running them at.
We will talk about it.
Okay, cool.
I promise.
But otherwise, it's going to be, and we're also announced for the match game panel, and this is the year we take over. It's not just one member of SCNS. It's not just 2. It is 3 members of SCNS on the panel.
Which I think means we are the majority.
That would be it.
I actually just, I had fun as a contestant last year, and I said, I want to do it. Jason was kind of like, okay, because we're already so many of us there with 2, and I was like, but just ask them. They said, okay. So, we took over, but a little by our request. To be like, can I be a celebrity?
I think that's how you become a celebrity, is you just ask.
Yeah.
That's how they did it in the Muppet movie. It's true. So we're here to sign up for being rich and famous.
Yeah.
But it's not just us on it. We were also being joined by our friend Taffeta Darling of Fangirl in Dallas. She'll be sitting on the panels with the sister girl. We're gonna have a good time.
Love that women are on the panel. Love that women can be funny.
And Cass and I will try very hard not to answer identically the prompts.
I will still be the loud, obnoxious jerk I am every year. It works for me.
We already knew that. We were not concerned.
That's not a persona you put on.
I will be very shy and demure and
that's not what that is.
The least raunchy person on the panel.
Anyway, so yeah,
it's not true.
We have other, but also we have 2 weeks after that, FateCon happening over in Arlington. Go to fate-con and get your tickets now. Or if you comment in the chat what you want to do at FateCon, you might win 2 free tickets that I have not been able to give away.
Really?
Please, I will give you 2 tickets. Turn them over to you. You get to pick a game that you want to play. So the game's being run by our own Cora over here.
Okay, there we go.
Some, telenovela silliness is going to be awesome, but also something.
If you've ever wanted to play D&D with an NPC that is essentially Fabio, then this is the game for you.
And
if you don't know who Fabio is, legitimately just look up 90s I can't believe it's not butter commercials, and that's all you really need.
Yeah, I remember that happening. And also, if you've ever wanted to play D&D, full comma to, you can play D&D at this show. That's the coolest thing. And you're running specifically the ones that are...
Yes, I am in the beginner's room, which means both games that I am running are beginner friendly. They are low stakes, honestly mostly role play based, and are just meant to have fun. If you want to do something cool, there is a 99% chance I'm going to let you, because that is always fun.
And also, if you haven't played a ton of it, the beginner tables are going to be great places for a lot of patience, both from the DM and from other players.
We included in the time is there is a table in the room to help you make a character.
Yeah.
There's a specific person, or actually number of people there specifically to help you build a character with the character sheet. And there's several other games. So if those 2 games don't appeal to you,
I was about to say,
there are so many other games.
If you're like us and you're a giant D&D nerd, and you're looking for a little bit of something different, if you've got a regular table and you're like, oh, but I want to try playing with other people, there are high-level games up to level 20.
Yes.
And also, some of us will be more experienced in still sitting in beginner games to help, because beginners are awesome.
Yeah, a lot of veteran players have looked at the premises for the beginner games, and they have a lot of veterans be like, well, I want to play that one.
And also, I'd like to help. It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Also, that aforementioned podcast is the Geeks 5, number 5, ever on YouTube. So, youtube.com/geeks5ever. Go give them a follow. Go check them out.
They're also on Twitch.
They're also on Twitch.
Why do we keep interacting, recently with people with 5 as part of their content?
Specifically 5.
If we interact with another group,
I think win a prize.
I think that counts as angel numbers, because then it's 3 5s in a row.
Yeah.
Ooh, what do we get for angel numbers?
Podcast bingo? I don't know.
What is the angel number of 555?
But also, if somehow you're seeing this and you have 5 in your name, please invite us on, just so that my brain gets blown with the conspiraciness of it all.
Apparently, the angel number of 555 represents change, good luck, transformation, freedom, and personal growth.
I love all of that.
So if you have a 5 in your name, please come and
we need that kind of luck.
Also, very important, it's the fake phone number that TV shows give.
That is true.
Yeah.
So,
did we maybe get a little off?
I think we did. But anyway, we're going to get back on things. So let's kick this off with some super cool nerd news. So today we got the first trailer for something that I've been waiting for since 2020, and that is the Fallout series coming to Amazon. It's going to be 8 episodes. Wonderful team worked on this. Todd Howard from Bethesda is an executive producer on it, and I can't wait. This is going to tell the story of Vault 33, and our wanderer is going to be Lucy, who goes out to check out the world 200 years later. And she'll be joined. I love already doing the companion thing. Walter Goggins, known as the Ghoul, just the Ghoul.
Walter Goggins.
I'm sorry, Walter Goggins. Will be the Ghoul. He looks like he's going to be probably my favorite ever. But she'll also be joined by a young squire in the Brotherhood of Steel named Maximus. Sadly, there is no dog meat. Instead, she'll be joined by CX404, is the name of the German Shepherd in this particular series. And I hope that she doesn't experience the same tragedy that I had to experience when losing dog meat. You would go back to a save game. No, sir. I will not lose my dog. No.
Dog meat is your dog. I've never played a Fallout game. Dog meat is your dog.
Yes.
Your dog.
No, that's the name of the dog. Dog meat.
Okay.
And he is a good boy or good girl.
You have two options when you run from.
Sure, but I don't think we want to address that in the name.
Maybe that's why they didn't know how dog meat.
Yeah. It's so funny. Is that like his name is Dog Meat and I would give my life for him?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I guess like Geralt naming his horse Roach.
Real quick. I can't pull up the preview editor, so I can't pull up.
You can't right click and.
No, it says it can't because there's.
See if there's another window that's open.
I did. There's not.
So fun fact for all of you guys out there, and I'm just letting you guys work this out. There was a reference to dog meat in our D&D campaign with the king when he named his horse meat.
I didn't realize
it was very blatant. I don't think I actively did in the moment, but Jason was like dog meat. I was like, oh, and that's why. But yeah, and they ended up.
They did. The dragon, ice dragon got him,
which was not my attempt to remove them from you. Just the stakes of that battle. Like that's what would happen.
I don't. Because again, I've never played a Fallout game. Is that the vibe? Is that everything is going to die soon?
No, it's not, and that's not. Yeah, a lot of things fall out, but like the thing is that when you see it, you can. What you see is a component of survival. It's meat. You need protein. And that's where the ideation like that is like this is one of the options. For all of us who have pets is that you can kill and eat pets instead of eating. We don't because personal love and all the other things.
Yeah, I'm mostly familiar with that through Gallivant, where she said she killed Jenny and ate Jenny.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things that the Queen says.
Yeah. And that's why she determined never to love again, basically. Yeah. That's what does.
So anyway, we got that worked out. So you got the preview.
No, we did not.
Come back up.
No, it has to restart the program.
That's all. We don't.
I think you can just shoot from the videos if you want to.
I really want to do that.
Okay. But the series will be arriving on Prime Video April 11th, so it's right around the corner.
Oh, wow.
We really can't wait to see this. And we don't have to wait till Invincible. It's all the episodes are going up on April. So I'm done for that day.
I kind of like. I think my favorite thing about Fallout is the lore, and for me, it's a huge distance from how much I like the lore, from how much I enjoy playing, and that's fine. Like everyone enjoys playing every game, but I've always loved the lore. Super excited to engage with it in a format that I feel optimistic will work for me to enjoy the lore.
That's how I feel about Five Nights at Freddy's.
I
really like the lore of the games. I hate the gameplay. I will never fully play a Five Nights at Freddy's games. I think it's trash. The lore is great.
Because you think Yeah. You think it's great, and you think it's you hate it. You hate it every single time.
The best thing about Fallout 4 is we actually got to preview it before it came out, so we got like a full month before it came out. So I like having to go dark. I had to turn everything public on my Xbox. Nope.
Yeah.
And I think I was like level 150 by the time the damn game actually came out. My wife is a huge Fallout fan. Even she was like, "What level are you?" She's like, "Wasteland Jesus." I'm like, "Yep."
Absolutely. It's kind of the vibe of the games, right?
Yeah.
Well, like high is like and the more powerful you are, the better you can survive, the more you can.
That's why I didn't get into 76 because it had a limit on how high you could go. I'm like, "Oh, I'm done. Level 50 is it. I'm out."
That's not the only reason that 76 didn't go over well. That's not the only reason.
The good news is
I tried to make it fun. I did.
The good news is that, like, if you buy a 76, like now, it's a relatively stable.
Yeah, it took me a little bit
game
to kind of find their footing on that.
Right,
so.
that's fine though. It only took a couple years after you released it for it to be finished. Is that fine? That's fine.
But anyway, yeah, Fallout coming to Prime Video. Cannot wait. Bring it on. I'm ready to go into the wasteland. And I'm tired of singing those old-timey songs all day.
I love it.
In my head.
I love it.
Anybody else got some TV news to talk about?
Borderline.
They're making Borderline too?
Yeah, I've got a Borderline TV.
Go ahead.
I like to think of myself as not an overly emotional person.
Based on what?
I don't know. But I don't cry at puppy commercials. I don't.
What's a puppy commercial?
With sad puppy eyes. You know the commercial. Anyways, that's fair.
So for only $1 a day.
Help
these creatures
I like those. I almost cried at the trailer of a documentary today. The documentary is called Butterfly in the Sky. It's a really great documentary. LeVar Burton in his full, he's got a little salt and pepper beard. He's
such a... I have conflicted feelings about both my granddad vibes and my granddad vibes with him. As he gets older, is that he's both increasingly attractive and he's always felt safe.
Absolutely.
Neither of us have gone.
This documentary seems to be largely about how he shaped Reading Rainbow and how he was fully himself in those moments. That's why the show worked. So I'm over the moon. I'm so excited to watch this documentary. I genuinely almost cried at the trailer of this documentary. Comes out April 30th this year. It was previewed at Sundance 2 years ago, actually. But it's just now getting wide release.
I think that's interesting that's happening right now because he came on to Jimmy Kimmel a few weeks ago, told you about, to do a Reading Rainbow sketch. That was only existed to kind of mock book fans. And like he's a private person.
Yeah.
According to Mika's daughter, buddy, Mika Burton, who got to take a picture with and hung out with one night. Had a lot. Anyway, pretty private person. So him doing a documentary that's very heavy on me, LeVar Burton.
Yeah.
From Star Trek Love, and you think of as probably think of as somebody who's an exception if you're a racist person or something like me. I'm saying this is why books are needed, and you guys are wrong. And I think he's trying to impact the world in a very deliberate, positive way.
Still never forget when I met him at Fan Expo, and we wanted to interview him. And he couldn't do it because he was getting ready to do the Reading Rainbow Kickstarter. And I told him about how his name was my middle name, and he corrected me on the spelling. I've been spelling wrong for years.
Yeah.
And he did the line, but you don't have to say my words. Like he said the thing. He's such a cool guy.
There's a lot of things that I have visited as an adult, but I didn't grow up with. both Reading Rainbow and the Next Generation are one of those that actually do get it from my own childhood.
Very big part of our childhood.
I mean, seriously, in the summer, I would watch Reading Rainbow and go to the library and get those books.
Me too.
I'd have to go to the big library downtown because I was afraid I wouldn't find it at the local one. So I just take the bus all the way downtown. Probably at an age I shouldn't have been taking the bus and riding all the way. But you know, once you're inside the library downtown, it's huge. But I have my little notepad, Dewey Decimal System, and found those books. So it was like that was my days in the summer. Reading Rainbow. Okay, cool.
I actually never took it. We actually went to the Farmers Branch library when we were looking for Reading Rainbow books. Specifically, and we went to Colony when we just wanted new books. We also traveled to find Reading Rainbow books.
I'd like to think that LeVar Burton would be proud of me because I got a library card from the library last week.
Yeah, I was totally nerdy. I went to the library all day.
Yeah.
And had to catch a certain bus to get home before dark. So
the library was our reward for doing.
But if you know the library downtown in Dallas, it's been that way for a while.
Yeah.
But still, thank you, LeVar Burton, because
honestly, like a cool place to be for free in Texas, like that's part of what the library's for.
Yeah, I was nerdy did that all the time. But anyway,
like you were like, I was probably should have better supervised. So it's the library for one time. Like, you should.
I didn't say where I mean, I never said where I was going. I just said I was going outside.
No, I'm just saying like that. Maybe yes, but like a lot of people, it would be because they would get themselves in trouble, but you were just there. You just tried to go to the library.
And granted, you know, I probably shouldn't have been. Like the first time I did it, I was like, I know where this bus goes, but I'm doing this by myself.
Anyway, April 30th, 2024. Butterfly in the Sky.
Watch that. April's going to be a good month.
It is going to be a good month.
Anybody else some TV?
Yeah, several. TV. I actually done documentaries first, which I think just wanted to brush over. There is a, let me see, where's my notes? There's a documentary that I just want to, in passing, say that they released a trailer for and is coming out in... It's having a premiere South by Southwest on Friday. It's going to be a Peacock documentary. I'm just going to brush on the fact that they're making a documentary called Stormy.
What?
Without Miss
Daniels. Mrs. Daniels. Mrs. Daniels.
Interesting.
And that's going to be a Peacock documentary, and that since she was very much like in the spotlight before certain political things happened to her. She was being filmed during a lot when she found out a lot of things. The trailer looks interesting. We don't really do much politics on the show.
I know we don't. Go ahead and just say, he ain't gonna like that.
I'm
gonna watch it too. Not because of or any loot. But first of all, put some respect on her. She's had a lot of hardships, and nobody deserves to be disrespected for what they do to make a living, or a lot of other things. But like, I'm only going to tell you that her name is Miss Stormy Daniels because every headline starts with two words that she doesn't love. Every single one. Porn star. Stormy Daniels. Every single time. And like, while the context could be important, she has thoughts about that. That makes sense.
Mrs.
Don't get me wrong. Before her name got like really big out in the news. I mean, not to gross her, I was a big fan.
I don't think
still
being gross, and I don't think she should be shamed for it. I get her reaction to the name, not because it's shameful, but because they were using it to try to shame her. That would get very annoying. Anyway.
Whereas I'd be like, hey, Stormy Daniels.
It is by the person and the group who's a woman. It's crazy, isn't that weird? That did the Britney Spears one. I haven't seen it really good. Like, there's certain women that have been through a lot, and they're like, Sarah Gibson. Directed and produced by the same one who did some Britney Spears ones. I'm just happy there's a woman documentarian that is apparently great at working with people who've had some women who might not be comfortable with other people sometimes.
Yeah.
Good for you, sir.
Once we got
making
stories.
stories.
I wouldn't mind, like, let's go check that one out. Also, she might be there. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm okay with what we got into this week.
Yeah, we got
And it's just the beginning of con season.
Yeah. It is gearing up. All cons kind of like the first out of the gate.
It's like the beginning.
Yes. They're off.
Gunshot.
I don't know why you couldn't go with it. And it was such a understated sound that you did too.
Quit at the beginning.
You know how they started out with the noise. It's hard to hear. Kind of famously.
So all right. Well, that was all of you. It's not all of TV.
It's not all of TV. So a lot of you have maybe seen that they have done this very nobody knew who it was cartoon they've released on Netflix as a live action series. It's not their first live action property. I don't know if anybody's heard of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I have not watched it yet.
Or if any of you knows that it used to be a cartoon.
I'm aware.
Oh, did it?
Apparently. And they have been renewed for season 2 and season 3.
I've heard it's gotten critical reviews though. Like
it's had mixed.
Reviews. Okay.
I've watched the first 2 episodes as has Cass. Cass, what did you think of the first 2 episodes?
Problems with it.
What are the problems based on, do you think?
I mean, based on my having seen the cartoon, obviously.
Yeah. The cartoon.
There's an the Avatar cartoon. Yeah.
Sure. And most fans have seen that.
Everybody's seen the Avatar, Last Airbender cartoon, right, Kat?
So
Not everybody.
I haven't.
I mean, you've had some critique of it too.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah, but you were passing along critique that you had heard, and I have not watched the show or the cartoon. So
yeah, it seems like people that have watched the show before, like the original cartoon, there are biases with the cartoon, but I feel like some of them are valid because a lot of them are characterization problems. Katara, who is a very motherly character, no longer has that motherly vibe to her. They took that entire thing away. That was a big chunk of her character, and it didn't make her a weak character by any means. It was actually something that made her a strong character, but they misinterpreted it as being misogynist, so they took it away. They took away Sokka being a misogynist at the beginning and having a growth arc where he is no longer a misogynist.
we talked about that one.
And that's the one I was more upset about because it was a very interesting arc for him to go through.
So,
one more thing. One big critique I saw was while the main cast looks very nice in their costumes and they should stand out, the background characters seem like they had no effort put into them in terms of their costumes, and they stand out. That makes them stand out in a bad way because now it's like they look like cosplayer that made this like the night before instead of in contrast to these elaborate costumes. So
I was talking to Kat. So yeah, Sokka's sexism. They removed the sexism, but they kept the arc. So basically what that looks like is when he meets Suki, he goes, "Hey, we're both warriors," and she goes, "Who the f*** are you? You idiot! You don't..."
Sorry.
Yeah, just like
Sorry. We're having some adjustments from technical stuff from this
put it over here.
environment.
She says, "You're an idiot. You're not a warrior. What are you talking about?" And so Suki comes off as an asshole for kind of no reason. And he's like, "Oh, but..." And then tries to spar with her, and she destroys him. And it's like, yeah.
Is it
So it doesn't make sense, and this is what you were talking about. It doesn't make sense if you haven't seen the cartoon, and if you have seen the cartoon, it feels wrong.
yeah, because the whole point of that entire episode was humbling him. Because his whole thing was like, "You're girls, you're wearing makeup and skirts. How can you fight with little fans? Ooh, so girly."
Have that, then nothing makes
And
sense.
if you don't have that, she had a disproportionate way overreaction to him saying he was a warrior.
Yeah.
That they make a little bit of sense for her a little bit,
Yeah.
but they do not make sense for why he needed to be put down in any way, shape, or form.
See, I
kind of a
can
lot of
understand
stuff
because
like
that doesn't seem like. I mean, like there's a lot of things like with One Piece and Yu Yu Hakusho that they heavily condense because we don't have all the time in the world. But that doesn't sound like that.
I don't think it was. And here's the thing.
No, that's
that,
not
like,
that. That's missing the character.
I don't know exactly what format some of this is going to take, but my decision to watch the live action when I haven't seen the cartoon was super deliberate, and it was for you guys. Hey. And so that Cass and I can play with some content and some writing and some whatever to compare, like, it's not just like a fresh set of eyes to fairly evaluate. In fact, that's very much not it. It's like there was already something, and I've just seen the first 2 episodes, a few things that I've been like, this seems weird and exaggerated as far as movement goes, or as far as like, why did this happen that way? I'm like, they're referencing something I don't understand. And she's like, yes, she's confirmed so far every time, I think, yes, that's a reference. And I'm like, so they're just trying to tell me I don't belong here. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
So I can actually, I kind of want to watch Avatar now. It's only 54 episodes.
Yeah,
I can get through this.
The fact that you haven't is wild.
This is a season of Super Sentai. I honestly should. No, I really have no excuse now.
It's a very well put together show, especially for it being a Nickelodeon show. Because, like, admittedly, on rewatches, it's still one of my favorite shows, but it doesn't hold up the same way I remember it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you understand that you have some nostalgia attached to it.
Like, some of the episodes move a little bit faster than I remember, and that's fine. It's a Nickelodeon
I'm doing
show.
a binge show, so, okay, 54 episodes, I can do that.
Yeah, and all of the characters that you're supposed to like give you reasons to like them, even if it's not right away. And also, I mean, Bosco is Zuko, so like, I mean...
I was hoping it wasn't like Naruto or One Piece or something.
I'm not gonna lie, that was not the reaction I expected from the two of you that I haven't seen it. But it is reflective of who we are at heart, which is, you haven't seen it. I'm going to temper how much I've loved it. And make sure that you know that your opinion and your feedback is welcome. As nerds, my favorite thing about our group is how passionate we are about, like, yes, new fans are welcome to nerddom.
Yeah.
And honestly, it means a lot to me that you had so much experience with it. You're like, oh. And you didn't immediately be like,
How could you?
Because that can be intimidating.
Having said that, I want them to stay out of that Transformers fan.
No, you do not. You're wrong.
No, because y'all disrespect Transformers by calling it that other thing.
Oh, honey.
We're going to have a longer conversation, but...
Toxic fandom.
You want to talk about disrespecting somebody else's fandom?
Oh.
You shut your mouth about Batman.
Ooh. You don't get to love the Batman movie and think that's a valid opinion and grow up with Batman.
And you don't get to about Batman every opportunity and then be like, well, you disrespect Transformers.
Spider-Man would be Batman's ass.
Okay, first of all, Spider-Man needs a lot more context because there's Spider-Man.
Which Spider-Man?
Here's the thing.
Then I will go ahead and solidify that with every Spider-Man would be Batman.
Okay.
All of them.
Okay, we have to... Okay, I'm going to step in.
Anyway.
I'm going to step in. I'm going to stop this right now.
Back on,
not every Spider-Man, not every Batman, because every Batman is just as important.
No powers. Anyway, so moving on. Anybody got any other TV?
No, we're not moving on.
Can we move on?
Quite yet, because I think it's important to say that both passionate disagreements and newbies are welcome. And also there's this respectful way to approach a fandom where you listen more than you talk if you know it exists. Yeah. But also, you are wrong for saying new fans aren't welcome anywhere.
Yeah.
They just need to listen more sometimes.
Anyway. So, let's just move on. We're going to move on to some movie news or anything. Mm-hmm. Or do we want to jump right into games? Because Cora's got a really cool game one that I kind of want to hear about.
I want to hear about Cora's game one.
Okay. I'm excited about this one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sad that I can't get the preview editor to work to pull up the video.
You can look it up after the show.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, I had to find the disc cam. Alright, so All right, everybody. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Because
Overwatch is doing a collaboration with the classic anime Cowboy Bebop. And go watch the trailer after the show. It is so cool. They did a tribute to the original opening with Tank.
Oh my god!
It's so good. So it's coming out next as of this broadcast next Tuesday. So March 12th. And we have Cassidy as Spike Spiegel. We have Ash as Faye Valentine. We have Maga as Jack Black. Jet Black.
It's an appropriate slip because Jack's awesome.
We have Sombra as Ed, and we have Wrecking Ball as Ein, which is I got very excited.
Yeah.
I mean, it fits. The opening is so good. Also, Cassidy has a swordfish style pistol, like the ship. I love this animation.
It looks so good, and I don't play Overwatch. I've never played Overwatch. I don't have something that I feel comfortable playing Overwatch on, but it looks so good.
So when you say the collaboration, in what form?
Yes. So Cassidy will look like Spike Spiegel
In the game.
Okay. In the game. So all of the characters that I listed, they will look like those characters, and. Chef kiss.
It's just appropriate because they were called cowboys.
No, it's just the right. It's the right casting.
It works so well.
I've seen it. It's Sombra's that I would want.
I know. I love her as Ed.
And for those who have not watched Cowboy Bebop, the ending of every episode was "See you later, Space Cowboy," which
I think existed in the game, but not
I hate
as
that we can't play it because when she sent the video over, I kind of looked. I was like instantly. Everything stopped around me, and I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm in. I'm so in.
Yeah.
A friend of mine brought it up to me this morning, and the first thing I thought was, oh, Jason's going to be excited. Yeah. Because the character he mained is Spike Spiegel.
It was almost
Cassidy.
like a movie effect, like that.
The dolly zoom.
Yeah. Cass knows a lot of technical terms about how to do it now, which is dope.
For those cinnamon nerds out there, it's the dolly zoom.
Fantastic.
Oh, yeah, we recently got in trouble in front of our parents.
You don't move the person, you move the camera. But yes, and it's called the Dana dolly.
How does the background
because that's the camera
that's
moving.
the longer used.
Anyway,
so there's no.
So we're gonna have to work for these skins apparently. So y'all start grinding.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't look up how to get these skins. I just saw it and went.
As always, I'm sure you can buy them. You can pay for you can pay for some stuff, or you can run events and grind some things to win them.
Yeah.
It's loot boxes, which we're not defending as a concept.
Yeah, no.
Pay for it through your time, or actually through your time.
Kind of like
that's how capitalism works.
Yep.
Kind of like everything. Well, that's how payment.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Time can be
next Tuesday for how long?
I don't remember the trailers saying.
Most of them are 2-3 weeks. Three weeks ish.
Yeah, the one for one they did one for One Punch Man a while back, and that one lasted a good while. So.
Yeah. You remember Junkenstein's Revenge?
No. We've played it on stream for 24 hours.
Oh yeah, that was a part of the absolutely unhinged night that we had.
We were doing Extra Life.
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah, we'll take the midnight 6 a.m. or something.
I think it was
10 a.m.
10 to 6 or 7.
It was a long stretch, and there was Junkenstein, and there was God of War 2018.
Yeah.
It's a good night.
Yeah, Overwatch, too.
Dope!
So I do have some other video game news, because
it
kind of links into something that we've been recently doing. So it has been a good year for side-scrolling Ninja Turtle games. I personally remember back in the 90s playing the old arcade cabinet and spending a small fortune in quarters playing it. Well, so a couple of years ago, while at one of the local theaters, I saw there was a new stand-up cabinet for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it was following the Nickelodeon series from 2015, which was a great series. Artwork was fantastic and lends itself well to the game. But it was one of those situations where I was like, why didn't I know this existed? And I played it for a little bit right to get to the movie, and it's kind of like that. It feels like a missed opportunity. I felt like I discovered something. Well, it is coming to home consoles now. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Wrath of the Mutants, also a very good story on supercoolnerdshow.com if you want to go check it out. But they are adding in more levels, more boss fights. They've gone back to the original actors and gotten some new lines recorded. If you ever watched, I think now they refer to that show as Tales in TMNT, but it was one of my favorite shows. Like
talking about the 2015 show.
yeah, that one. I mean, if alone for the time that they call Splinter. And he has a cheese phone under glass, and he just goes, the cheese phone. Truly, this is an emergency. And answer the phone, Moshi. I love that kind of humor. I love that show. It was one of my favorites. I wish it had kept going. But that art style itself, with its kind of over the top, with the sound effects and everything, and kind of like the speed lines and everything, I think lends itself real well to a video game. And like I said, it was a good year for team-up, side-scrolling Ninja Turtle games with Shredder's Revenge. It's DLC. Also, this game's only going to clock in at about $29.99. Yeah. PS5, Xbox, and on Switch. So you're going to get more levels than the arcade. It is coming out April 23rd, 2024. Pre-orders this week.
March and April shaping up to be
good, right?
This is also good. This is also the beginning of the video game release, and then it goes the rest of the year. Really until the beginning of December.
Hard copies will be available $29.99. That's really good for. Also, if they're adding more levels to that arcade game, because I never felt like Revenge of the Shredder was a relatively cheap game.
Short run too, though.
I didn't feel like I got cheated out of my money. I felt like I got my money. So this
always feels about a $60 game like The Last of Us 2 would be a bad example. The Last of Us 2 is amazing, but that length of game, like sometimes I feel like a lot of money for a game.
Right.
There have been certain Resident Evils that I feel that way about. There have been certain Tomb Raiders that I feel that way.
Tomb Raider should not be.
There's been certain ones. Not all of them,
should be
but
like
some.
I felt that way about Tsushima, but it was a good ride.
Yeah. And that's offset. Like I said, The Last of Us 2, it is a little bit longer than its predecessor. It is a relatively short game. And it was quite expensive.
But also, I really enjoy Ghost of Tsushima, so it could be more selfish than anything.
But if Ghost of Tsushima was bad, I guess.
No, I wouldn't.
I think sometimes and I think it's an important separation with whether I loved this so much that it feels too short for me. And sometimes the response is to replay it. Sometimes it's not gratifying. Sometimes you want a completion. Sometimes you wind up playing God of War on loop at every difficulty for a year and a half.
God of War could have been another $20 and it would have been absolutely worth it to you.
One thing I did notice.
Don't listen to us, Santa Monica.
One thing I did notice in the game, in the Wrath of the Mutants game, they introduced Krang from the original TMNT. Yeah, that was one of the. Like if you go to supercoolnerdshow.com, you will see some nice stills and images from the game. But that is the original Krang, and I'm like, okay. Please do make some magic like that.
You lost me a little bit ago.
Anyway,
I'm happy for you.
Wrath of the Mutants, another TMNT side-scrolling fighting game.
He is like staying alive. Good for them.
Maybe.
A lot better than that other. Well, there was another like 90s. I feel like it was like a 90s cartoon show, but I feel like it was about robots. I don't really feel like it's held up.
I think that's Transformers.
It is Transformers.
That's the 80s, though.
The 80s, 90s?
Yeah, it survived 80s, 90s, still 40 years of Transformers.
I'll give news.
Anyway,
Between your attitude and
moving on to some gaming news. Anybody else gaming?
No, I have commercial.
I have more gaming.
Cora's got game.
Okay, go for it.
Let's go.
All right, so. No, that's not me.
That's not mine.
So Reddit user Cobalt Owl about 10 days ago mentioned that he was working on a Tabaxi mod for Baldur's Gate 3. And if those words made no sense to you, let me explain. Tabaxi are a playable race in D&D. They are cat people, so think Khajiit, and that's essentially what you'll get. And he's been working on this. There will be different fur patterns. There will be male and female, of course. I believe all classes will be available. Right now, he's waiting for the mod tools that Larian said they were going to be releasing to help modders because they want to make modding easier for everybody. So that's what he's waiting on right now. But it looks really good. It looks official, honestly.
I'm honestly kind of shocked that Tabaxi weren't included in the game to begin with.
I think because Tabaxi are I think they're a 5e edition, and while 5e and while 5e is what this the rule set this game is based on, as a race they're not as popular as the Dragonborn, and I want to think that they chose to do only one monster. I say I put monsters in big air quotes here. Race like as a oh god. Okay, stop that. As like a we'll do this and then we can add it later if we want to. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because they DLC.
Yeah. Well, fur
programming, coding fur.
But with Larian, like you say DLC, but they've added so much content over the course of the year already. And it's all been for free. I don't think it would be like a paid DLC.
I have a hot take on why they wouldn't want to.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this about Larian, and if they release DLC, everyone's gonna buy it, and no one's. People might bitch for a second, but they're gonna. Man, I can't believe it's basically like when I pay for Girl Scout cookies.
Shut up and take my money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And that seems to be across the board.
No one's gonna.
Don't ever tell a company they should charge for. But no, this is my hot take. This is my hot take. My hot take is that they decided they want you to be thirsty, but only for the reasons they wanted you to be thirsty.
They're all scalies.
On release. No, I think that's why they did scale it, which can exist, but it's harder road to get there.
Yeah.
And they're like, we want you to be thirsty about how long it takes to fuck, about whether you can bears. We want to be like that. We want to drive you down Tiefling Lane control the direction, at least for a while, of how we're perceived and what that means about who you can roam and whatever. And when you bring in cat boys, you have unlocked a different weird thing.
It's a subset of horny.
But also
that's a crazy hot take on why.
But also, for a lot of the races, for every single race, you have special interactions sometimes.
Right.
Like when you're talking about, because I'm playing through the game currently as a tiefling. When you go to save the tieflings at the beginning of the game, one of the reasonings you can choose is because they're your people. And you're like, I'm not going to let them get bullied by this jerk over here. And for Drow, if you play a Lothsworn Drow, you are treated like crap.
Which you should be if you're Lothsworn.
You should.
Evil, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she is evil, so evil. It makes sense.
Like, and not just like, she's canonic, like she's awful. She wants to kill things to make her things, like even if they were good, and especially if they were good.
Relatable.
Like everyone that is good is mean to you, but everyone that is evil in the game treats you nicer, and I feel like that's a sign that maybe something's wrong here.
But do you think it was about the sheer amount of coding to add another race in? That makes sense to me.
Add another race in, and all it could also have been like choice paralysis. There was already so many choices. Character creation took so long.
Tabaxis do exist in 5e. Dragonborn's kind of lore is ironclad. If you're this color, you do this kind of breath weapon. If this happened, these are usually good. These are usually bad. Like all of that's ironclad. Tabaxis, while they exist in 5e, first of all, their lore has not been as figuring it out and as linear, and so I think a lot of it might have been like we don't have anything to do with them yet as far as what it usually means and how you can change that.
I think they were stuck on what tabbies could do.
That's what D&D's stuck on, so I think that might be what
Actually,
it's like
actually,
cat
I'm a Maine
breeds.
Coon tabaxi.
It's
so.
like the cat breeds also don't exist.
Yeah.
I didn't like where those words were going until she ended it with tabaxi. Anyway, I will say Cora
I'm
is
not
right.
talking about Alabama.
I'm not. I will say Cora is right. They have been very generous
Yeah,
on what
Alabama
Larian
is
has.
canonically evil.
And what Larian has done. So I think if they did ever release some DLC, it is going to be worth it.
Oh, absolutely.
Like 100%.
Like I did say, like, you know, I moan and complain, but I'm gonna pay for it. It's like Destiny 2 expansions. Like, again? I gotta pay for this again, but I'm paying for it as I'm complaining. I don't think that's gonna happen with Larian.
Think of what?
No, I mean,
Especially if they increase the level cap.
Yeah, like if they do anything and like, all right, we need to make this one a paid DLC. I'm like,
and I have a feeling it would be worth it. It'll be well worth it.
To be fair, your girl's a broke bitch. Like, I didn't pay for I still haven't played it, even though I really wanted to, because I'm broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's also valid, but it's also probably comforting that your feelings.
It's not ideal, but it is
valid. It is valid.
You can always come over and try to fight my wife to play Baldur's Gate.
None of us are going to take up a fight on Becky.
Y'all would die.
I
would. Nobody has beef on site.
I cried at a Reading Rainbow documentary trailer today. Like, I'm not going to try to fight
We're all bluff. Like,
yeah, there's a new toy review on the channel.
These muscles, they're for show. Like,
there's a new toy review on the channel, and I have to tell you, I treaded on deadly ground to get that edited.
I will say that, like, anytime I check Discord while I'm at work, because I'll check Discord sometimes when I'm on my break.
Baldur's Gate.
It says that you're playing Baldur's Gate, and I'm like, yes, Becky must be playing Baldur's Gate. And then every time I check back, it is still going.
No, here's how bad it was.
Sneaking off from work to a bear.
No, here's how bad it is.
IRL Jason.
Becky completed Baldur's Gate again for I don't know how many times. She completed the game, and I was like, cool, I can edit this Mega Man review, and she was already making a new tab.
Dude, if I had the game exactly the vibe, yes.
Yeah.
She was already making a new character, and I was like, hey, I need to edit this video, and also I got that. I was like, I really need to edit this video.
Okay.
She literally.
On a gaming computer?
It needs to be.
Okay.
Oh, so then that's on you, isn't it?
It's
her fixed
up. No,
who works in IT and won't fix his wife's computer?
Oh no! Apparently, no. Don't worry about it. We only need one computer. She's on like a staycation right now, so she's like,
oh, fair.
Yeah, it's fine.
All I'm doing is whatever the hell I want to do and Baldur's Gate.
Right.
And laying on the couch.
Right. We think.
Thank you for bringing this couch into our life. We have to...
more often. Our beef is with you. Get her computer fixed.
Yeah, fix her computer, Jason.
I have to buy her a new computer. Speaking of this couch,
it's not as good as IT.
So we want to replace this couch, and I had to tell them that you have a whole new set of problems because my wife has grown accustomed to a couch being back here.
Well, somebody was like, oh, but we have, this one has some, it's a high quality couch, and I was like, we can do these cheap, and he's like, nope.
She's like Linus from Peanuts dragging a blanket in here. Anyway, we got to get through the rest of this.
Yeah.
Anybody else gaming?
I actually don't.
I got all my stories out, so.
I've got all my anything that matters. Yeah.
Anybody?
When it's not gaming related.
Go ahead.
Do you have another gaming?
No.
Okay.
Let's knock on that.
So this is just something that I wanted to mention. So in 2003.
Sure.
Chilean beer company edited beer adds into the original Star Wars trilogy. So if you didn't know, when Obi-Wan Kenobi goes to turn off the
hologram.
It
doesn't matter.
No, it's not. It sucks ships in. It's not the best. Tractor beam. When he goes to turn off the tractor beam, that's not what he was doing. Going for a Chilean beer because it was edited into him. He's kind of like shuffling around and he reaches down and it's to grab a beer. That's the best thing that I've seen on the internet this week. And when he's talking to Luke. And he goes, there's something that your father wanted you to have. He goes and grabs a beer.
What is the first word in the beer name? No, I know the second word. Yes, yes. Cerveza. Specifically, go find Stephen Colbert's sketch.
Go find Stephen Colbert's sketch, but also I don't like product placement. If you did product placement like this, specifically editing it, like why can't do to have don't ask.
It's so funny because it's not. That's the word is in the word. It wasn't placed in there. They were like, no, you think you remember? This is what was actually
on product placement is terrible.
No, this is badly edited. Hand reaching into an ice pack in Obi-Wan Kenobi's hand. That is the kind of product placement that I will take. I need Barbie. Barbie.
Well, I'll tell you, we're not selling out on this show. But I like some anime. I swear, my place to get it from.
That's how you do it wrong.
Okay, but you can't do it like that. It has to smash cut to just a hand. Like if you're holding it, it has to look like my hand. Just wildly different colors and shapes and sizes. I'm just me holding a random anime. Like it has to be like that.
I'm so amazed that that you who knows better than anyone except for me on the show.
Like
the
Cass's
difference
hands just starts floating here, like holding the book, just like floating here.
The difference between a good product that you then go back and ruin and product placement where you put it on the side.
You can clearly see it's someone wearing a green Sentai suit.
That is the only type of product placement that I will.
What did I just do? This, what is Bandai Namco?
Except it's just two cat paws.
And I'm wearing a different t-shirt in the close-up.
We're ready to sell out. Anyway.
We are ready to sell out.
But only
email me,
weird
Badminton Super Cool Nerd Show, and tell me how you want me to sell out for your product. Preferably dice.
Well, that is, I think we got everything. So that's this week's show. Next week is not happening because we will be at AllCon. Thursday night is the Bunny Hutch, my favorite night of, well, it's not my favorite night of AllCon, but it is up there. Yeah, it's certainly up there. So you'll probably see a lot of pictures, maybe some videos from the floor, stuff like that. I do have my smoking jacket ready this year, so our good friend Sabrina Pandora doesn't kick my ass.
Smoking?
Hey.
It's a little tight in the shoulders. I might try to get another one before then. But yeah.
You gotta order it like now.
It's probably
I really want all of us to show up in smoking jackets and Jason to be in a Ludus costume.
I've already done that once.
Yeah.
Not doing that again. Anyway, yes,
No,
AllCon next weekend.
I made a costume for you and you didn't wear it.
I still have it too. If they do the Disney princesses, I'll do. What?
You didn't wear it.
Anyway, hey, that has been our show. Thank y'all for joining us out there. We'll probably see y'all in 2 weeks. But yeah, check us out at AllCon. Come out. It's a great show. Also, TaylorCon is running side by side with it. It's going to be a good time. We will see y'all. We are on the schedule. Please come to one of our events. Come say hi. And to the podcast. I had their name.
And we're going to maybe
Nerds 5 Ever. God, Geeks 5 Ever.
Geeks 5 Ever.
Geeks 5 Ever. Yeah, we'll be seeing them Monday, probably talk a little bit more about the con. And they're running some panels too, so go check it out. And yeah, it's going to be a good time. We're going to have fun. Fun next weekend.
The more fun it is.
I have like cleared work for Thursday and Friday because this is all I'm doing. So yeah. Anyway, of course, go to supercoolnerdshow.com. There are some great articles up this week. The new Fallout panel. I have some stuff from Super 7 and their Godzilla -1 figure, which reopened for pre-orders. Just because they were like, hey, more people need to order this. It's a beautiful figure. Go check it out. Plenty of stuff. We're going to have some reviews up there soon. So yeah, check out supercoolnerdshow.com and check us out on all the socials at SCNS Live, Blue Sky, Threads, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We're all over there. But if you want to follow us personally, you can follow me on the socials at JasonTheX.
I'm on Instagram at The Good Cast. Our D&D show at AllCon will be based on The Hangover. It is going to be Shenanigans Plus, so come find it.
I've run D&D stuff. It's on the channel. I think you can probably find it on the channel.
Who knows?
And I've participated in other D&D stuff, some of which is on the channel, and you can find that on the channel. And you can find me at BetterCat on Instagram with sporadic but recent activity.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at CoroDonoArt. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Yeah, fair.
Also, go check out our TTRPG that we just ran, An Incident at Petunia's. We lived.
I'm still Cass barely lived.
You were barely.
I was at 1 HP for a decent amount of the last session.
Yeah. It was a fun campaign. Really quick to check out. It was, absolute. Thank you, Cora. You put as black folk would say, you put your foot in that.
Yeah, I've already made notes on how I could make it run better. So y'all basically just play tested the torture.
But also
great.
That's every DM ever.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't keep notes.
But it was an absolute blast to play. We're probably going to do a couple of one-shots like that before we get back to our regular campaign. But anyway, guys, yes, we have All-Con. We've got Fate Con. We have so many more cons coming up this season. But yeah, we're barreling towards Fate Con and All-Con, so we will see you guys out there. Well, in 2 weeks, we'll be back. Until then, as we always say around here, keep on nerding.